Hello. So I'm a little bit further from the camera today. It's a little bit different. And I have a tea called Cleanse, which is very fitting because I self-sabotaged myself by sitting and reading some hate forums and hate comments. This is not good for one's mental health. So I have distanced myself just slightly from the camera. And I'm sat in front of my palace of plant children, and the energy that we are having for today is self-love. Today I want to talk about the fact that I love myself. And this is very important and has taken me a very long time to be able to say those words. And more specifically today, I'm going to talk about why you should love yourself too, and how our aim to be more palatable, more perfect, more desirable as women has shaped a culture of women who are just less confident than men, which men benefit from, and which the system benefits from, and which many people capitalize on to make money. And I won't have it! I want you to be your most confident and your best self. So let's talk about that. So confidence is just not easy or simple. We look at other people, especially in the age of social media, and we're like, wow, they are so confident. I will never be that confident. Wow, they are so perfect. They have these beautiful clothes. I don't have these perfect clothes, I'm not great. Like, wow, if I had that nose, I would be happy with myself. Wow, if I look like that, I would be happy with myself. Even though most of the times the people you are idolizing are not happy with themselves, because that is the culture that we are in. And after doing this whole, wow, they're amazing, wow, this person's incredible, we turn back to our sad cocoon of darkness in a dark room, look at ourselves in the front camera and silently cry, and then order some stuff to make ourselves feel better about ourselves when really we're just still insecure. It makes me angry that girls are not happy with themselves or confident, because I don't know about you, but I look at other girls and I'm like, you are literally incredible, you are talented, you literally could change this world if you just believed in yourself. I have a friend who wants to be a director, a film director. She is so talented. And often I'll have these chats with her where she's just doubting herself and her ability to go into this industry, or maybe she should like soften her dreams. Like, no, you are incredible. One of my closest friends, she's basically my sister. When it comes to things like dating life, don't settle for the minimum, because if you could see yourself the way that I see you, you would see that you are this radiant gem of a human, and anyone would be so lucky to have you. Like, you should not have to minimize your hopes and dreams because you are valuing yourself as lower than those dreams. So yes, you are perfect literally the way you are, and if I was there in person I could see you and you still don't believe it, I'm not even kidding, I would tell you that in person too, because it is true. The way your body looks, your quirks, your talent, your personality, everything, see it, feel it, own it. In my opinion, literally everyone, regardless of gender, size, nationality, anything, is worthy of being successful and happy. 13-year-old me did not agree, because 13-year-old me hated my stretch marks and my rolls and my leg hair and the fact that I hit puberty so much earlier than everyone. I was kind of that nerdy girl who loved to learn, if you hadn't already noticed, and I would feel so insecure because I would always put up my hand and get made fun of for it. And the funny thing is, the patriarchal world would have loved 13-year-old me, because 13-year-old me was palatable. I would never have questioned a man or a person in a position of authority. If someone made a racist comment, I did not have the confidence to oppose it. I was just scared to say anything, to do anything different. I was very much people pleaser, palatable. But let me tell you more about why this palatability made the system love me even more. On non-school uniform days, I would tear my wardrobe to literal pieces. I would cry at my mum that I looked so ugly because I hated all my clothes and because I hated how I looked in crop tops. So what did I do? I would beg my mum to take me shopping just so that I could try and soften my insecurity with some random new garment of clothing that I probably wouldn't even like in 1 or 2 weeks, and tick the fast fashion industry loved 13-year-old me. I felt so insecure about my leg hair in PE lessons that of course, you know, I invest in shaving razors and the shaving industry, so tick, shaving companies love me. I wanted boys to fancy me so much that I would soften my opinions and my intellectual value to just be prettier and dumber and easier. More palatable is a tick for the boys, because that heightens their ego a little bit more. I hated my natural body and the role so much that I was the girl who bought skinny tea. You know, the horrible one that basically makes you just go to the toilet like 5 times more so that you just lose weight, but it's so unhealthy for you and just feeds this toxic diet industry. That was me, and I would idolize these Victoria's Secret models, and that is tick, another win for consumerism, because I would go and I would get these skinny teas, I would buy the Victoria's Secret bras and lingerie to try and feel like the models, but really I just felt frumpy and insecure. So do you see how, in a world that profits off of your insecurities, the biggest rebellion that you can do in 2020 is to love yourself exactly as you are. It is saying F you to the makeup ads and being like, you know what, I'm kind of happy with my skin. It's saying F you to skinny teas and being like, okay, this might just be my build, you know? As long as I feel healthy and happy in myself, what does it matter how I look? Women's body types literally go in and out of fashion anyway, so why should you care? It is saying F you to men who only want a perfectly shaven, pretty but not opinionated girl. The world wants you to stay insecure so that you will be less demanding and so that other companies can make profit from your insecurities. Oh, I need to cleanse. I could go on. Honestly, I've written a lot for this video. I'm actually, right now, I'm like, do I cut some of this out because it's long? My friends, I want you to think to your emails, why am I such a palatable, people-pleasing wet wipe? Literally, how often do I gaslight myself in emails by saying things like, oh, let me know if this is wrong though. Oh, I don't really know what I'm talking about. And, oh, I just wanted to. And if someone asks me for opinion, I think that I hope this is okay. Let me know what works for you. Our emails are just laced with insecurity in comparison to men's emails in general. You can look it up, there are stats behind it. I hate it because I know I do it. I'm literally the most people-pleasing person ever. That's partly why I was like the teacher's pet A-star student, because I'm such a people pleaser. And it's like I don't want to come across too strong in an email because I don't want to be perceived as bossy, which is a word generally only applied to women. So, even though I am far from being less palatable and less people-pleasing, the question is, how can you still love yourself? How can you increase your confidence, radiate more, such that you take up more space and care less about what people think, therefore become less palatable and just do whatever you want in this world, achieve what you want? It comes back to catching yourself having negative thoughts. If you are judging yourself, catch that. I don't know, think of me in your head, hyping you up. If you need a hype person, if you need a hype man, hype woman, I'm here any day. Catch these negative thoughts, because your thoughts become your feelings, become your actions. Like, it all starts here. Practice positive affirmations, practice positive intentional visualization every single day. Wake up, and especially if you feel insecure, list to yourself your strengths. Tell yourself in the present tense, I am worthy of being successful and happy. I am incredible, I am talented, I am compassionate, I am kind. I am a successful writer, author. And secondly, practice consciously as an exercise in self-confidence to be less palatable and to own it. Try disagreeing in a conversation. Try being the alternative opinion and forcing yourself to have to defend that opinion. Do things like not shaving your legs or not shaving your armpits or going against some kind of societal norm as a test. Notice yourself sending the fluff in the emails. Force yourself to cut it out to be less palatable. But most of all, Keep telling yourself that you are enough. You are enough without a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You are enough without perfect grades or the perfect job. You are enough without looking like that TikToker or owning these incredible clothes. You are enough right now. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't aim high and have goals and want to strive to achieve things. Do those things, but also recognize that you as you are is also beautiful and perfect in its own way. Sip your herbal tea like you are the fanciest person you can imagine. Not because you need millions of pounds to be rich and therefore happy. Not because you need to go to the Ritz to have good tea. Because the thing is, if you sip your herbal tea with the expensive energy of self-love, that is enough. That's enough. Have a beautiful rest of your day from Hagrid. Oh my god, I just called it Hagrid. Hedwig. Hedwig. What do you love about yourself? And if you can't think of a single thing, this is the time to start.